Hello there, this is the tenant speaking. I want to show you how it is that white landlord, her name is Mary Buckman, and she has not been taking responsibility of taking care of this house. So as you can see, there's a crack on the top of the ceiling that she never worked at it, and she got here and then she looked at it, but she never get a chance to place it. In fact, she never get a chance to fix it. But she never uses her money to fix it, and she doesn't want to be responsible. And doesn't want to be responsible for fixing it for the tenant. Okay, for a second part, we used a plastic bucket to wash the dishes. So as you can see, there was a leak underneath the pipe, or the leak from the pipe. And we have to use the paper towel to wipe it off. So as you can see, we bring the plastic bucket to bring it to the toilet and pour it out. When the water is full or the water is half, we bring it to the bathroom and pour it into the water. But for Mary Buckman, she doesn't want to use her cash. She just want to use it for herself for no good reason. So, Mary Buckman is supposed to be responsible of helping others by using cash to fix stuff for a tenant and for everyone else. So right now, Mary Buckman doesn't want anyone else to find out who she really is. And Mary Buckman has already got herself in trouble for not helping others. So Mary Buckman has not just the water problem, but also the other problems. And Mary Buckman needs to listen, or she's going to get herself into a lot of trouble for not following the rules. And we realize that Mary Buckman has not been trained very well a lot. So that would be Mary Buckman's big problem for not helping others. Alright, so as you can see, you may not be able to see it that well, but you can see it around the curve of white circle on top of the ceiling. It means we have that thing to fix, which means she has called someone to get that top of the ceiling fixed. So it's looking better, but you can see it's a little bit different colors from there. It may be the same white, but you can see the different colors of it, of the constant, as a different shade of color. Okay, so the third problem is that Mary Buckman didn't came down and fix it. We've been asking her for 2 times, but she never came down and fixed it. And that's why we had to put the stuff on it to cover it, but as you can see, those cracks, it has been opened. But some reason saying that wasn't working, because knowing that Mary Buckman's attitude, she doesn't want to use her money to fix it, and that's her responsibility to fix it. So for not listening to us or anyone else, she decided not to fix it, which that could be Mary Buckman's problem. For this pipe there, we know it was not just the leaking problem, but it was also that water fills up all the way in the top of the sink. And knowing that she called for plumbing to get that fixed, so it has a little bit changing colors for it, but I can't even describe it, but they fixed it, and it seems the water is a little bit running, so hopefully to make sure it doesn't fill it back up. But it did slow back down a little, so hopefully for the best. Also, this whole bathroom, it used to be a pink black, but now they're changing it into a light gray blacks. Also with those rectangle colors, as you can see it. It's not that bad, but it seems good for a reason, like the pink background. right here on the window, you can see it on top of it that you can see some of these ceilings are a little bit cracked. It's either because of the rain or something. However, Mary Buckman came to this house, and it was looking like that before she came to this house, before Mary Buckman. So she really never fixed it before the first and second tenant came here, before we came in. So first tenant and second tenant must have came into 1980s, knowing that they didn't fix it. However, Mary Buckman kicked them out for no good reason. And we came here, and then all of a sudden we didn't fix it, because knowing that Mary Buckman didn't fix it, like I said already, and she's responsible for fixing it. As you can see, there's a crack on top of the ceiling. So for that reason why Mary Buckman's not fixing it is because it's her responsibility to fix it, and especially the water problem because of it. So she can't blame us, and she can't blame no one else but her. So it has nothing to do with us, and it has nothing to do with the tenants. It has something to do with Mary to be responsible for fixing it, or she's gonna have herself run into a lot of trouble. Okay, so as you can see right here, I simply bumped into the wall by accident, so we went over to the place that to cover it. However, it's not completely done, so we need to get this stuff covered so no one can see it. So for another window, you can see a little bit wide open that is a little bit cracked. Not really cracked, but a little bit open wide crack. And you can see how it is that it's wrinkled. And over here, same thing in the living room. She never fixed it. She never fixed it on top of the ceiling next to the window. And don't understand why Mary Buckman doesn't want to fix it, especially don't want to be responsible for fixing it. So if she can't fix it, then she has to pay the crimes for all the excuses she has caused. You can see the bottom right there that is a little bit open. So what I said already was simply like that when Mary Buckman came here. However, she has no right to be skipping it the excuses why she can't fix it. So if she can't seem to fix it or be responsible for fixing it, she could face a fine. Okay, so as you can see, there's a hole by the plug there. I simply accidentally put the stick by the wall when I used to train it to train my arms, and then some reason it slid down and it simply got itself open, which is not a good spot to place there. So for this plug here, that needs to be fixed as well, just to be sure that why Mary Buckman let me say this, Mary Buckman opened my mom's mill for 30 years and don't know why she doesn't know how to stop. But then I told her to stop, and then all of a sudden she brought her family, which includes her adopted daughter Shaniqua, who works at the Master of Social Work, has threatened us for no reason. And Shaniqua had kept over talking for 2 or 3 minutes. They're not supposed to threaten the tenant, especially us. But she just refused to listen. And they could have been in prison for breaking the laws. So any reason why Mary Buckman does that means it's Mary Buckman's fault. And that will be Shaniqua's worst fault for not listening to the other side of the truth. For the other guy's name, his name is John T. Lutheran. Which they never told us who he is. But I did not came outside because I know they were going to tend to tackle me for no good reason. And that's why I didn't went out for no reason. I mean, that's why I didn't went out. So, for what they did to break the rules for no good reason, Mary Buckman and Shaniqua Orr should have been in the prison for breaking the laws and for threatening a tenant for no good reason. Now, you can see a little bit crack over here. A little bit on top of the floor, which is almost on top of the ceiling, which is not. So when we went to the building, and my mom was going to ask questions to the lawyer, Andrew S. Black, he simply ignores it because of his rudeness. Because of Mary Buckman, who lies to him for no good reason. So, for our lawyer, Andrew S. Black, he has a refuse about him knowing they said something about his rudeness, knowing that there's 1 or 2 ratings because of his attitude, like Mary Buckman. Mary Buckman is angry, but she also has a temper. She also has 3 criminal records, which we didn't realize. Better yet, which Shaniqua and Melvin didn't realize it. And Lice doesn't want to talk about why she did all that with her criminal records. And for not being responsible, for not paying, for not using her cash to fix this house, Mary Buckman is no condition and no business to be getting her ways. She says we can't have animals, but then she has a cat. And then to try to make herself look dumb for not following the rules. Okay, so for what Mary Buckman's behind all this, knowing that she's been hiding from us, not just us, but the whole neighbors to find out who she really is. And knowing that she has 3 criminal records, and this is why she hasn't told us for what she has done. And the worst part, I went outside, I was trying to sweep the floor, even though I should have waited till she's done. And then she is trying to use her phone to record me. But instead, she grabbed my arm and shouted for help for no good reason. However, I couldn't get myself, trying to get myself in trouble. However, I would not get myself in trouble, but I couldn't let them see me because I have a lot of work that I need to work on, especially working on the graphic designer. So I couldn't stay outside because I have a lot of work that needs to be done. So for what she has done was wrong for no reason because she is not a victim. We've been a victim when she brought her family last year, trying to harass or threaten us. And Mary Buckman is not innocent. She is not. Meaning that she is a criminal or something else, or someone else. For what I said right now, if Mary Buckman can't seem to use her money to fix the place, to fix this house for the tenant, then she's gonna not just get herself a fine with the criminal record, which is number 4, but she may also get herself arrested for not just cheating, but also not being responsible of taking care of this house. Again, it's not our responsibility. It's Mary Buckman's responsibility. And she's already suffering and or hurting herself for not telling the truth. So that would be Mary Buckman's big problem. So again, that would be Mary Buckman's big problem.